What if someone told you that you could be happier, less anxious, less depressed, healthier, more motivated, get better sleep, all with a quick, low-cost practice that's backed by 20 years of scientific research? A practice you could do in just a few minutes each day, simplest even for the busiest of people. All you have to do is write down 3 things you're grateful for every day, and you can reap the rewards of gratitude journaling. Sounds amazing, right? Sign me up. But what if I also told you that writing a gratitude journal can increase negative emotions? At a minimum, we can get bored with keeping a list of things we're grateful for. We can lose interest. But more seriously, some cases, trying to keep a gratitude journal while experiencing depression, for example, could trigger rumination if we struggle to identify things in our life to feel grateful for. Or more broadly, focusing on things we're grateful for can bring up feelings of guilt or indebtedness. Being on the receiving end of life's gifts can make us feel small, maybe like we're not doing enough. Even culturally, practicing gratitude might not align with how we see ourselves in a group and how we should be supporting one another rather than focusing on ourselves. So, with all this in mind, gratitude journaling, it seems a bit more complex. Hi, welcome to Blank Page Journal Sessions. I'm your host, Tara, and today I want to talk to you about one of the most popular journaling methods out there, which I've already said, gratitude journaling. If I were to ask a room full of people, what types of journaling do you know about? You'll probably get your standard, just write out your feelings, vent on the page, just get something out there. Or maybe a travel journal, write about what you did when you visited someplace new. Gratitude journaling is right up there at the top. It's been studied a lot. It's been shown to have really positive effects on our mental health and physical health. But it does have caveats. It's important to do gratitude journaling with intention. It's not just about making a list, but it's about taking some time to think through why do you feel grateful for that person in your life or for that experience. Really take some time to reflect. I wanted to share with you how I do my gratitude journaling, and maybe you can take some of those tips into yours. But like any other kind of journaling, you're really free to choose how you spend your time. You can journal in the morning. You can journal before you go to bed. In fact, I did read that for people who write gratitude journals before they go to bed, they describe having improved sleep. So that's something to think about. You might like to gratitude journal in the morning to get you started off on the right foot. So a little bit about how I incorporate gratitude journaling into my practice. I started off with doing the traditional write 3 things you're grateful for. And I kept it short. That worked for a while. And then I learned about being more intentional with gratitude journaling. And so I expanded it a bit, allowed myself more time and space on the page. So it wasn't just a sentence. It was the thing I was grateful for and also the reason behind it. Sometimes I have a lot to say about one thing, and so I just write about one item. I know that common practice is usually 3 things you're grateful for, and you can do that. What I also do is add in something I'm proud of myself for. I am a kind of person who can be, let's say, focused on the things I want to work on, which can lead to a lot of critical thinking about myself. So if I jot down something I'm proud of myself for, and maybe a bit about why I feel proud for that, it can remind me that, yes, there are things I want to work on in my life, and there are also things that I can feel good about myself for. And the third thing is seems a little practical to put in this list, but I often jot down one goal one challenging thing that I might want to tackle the next day or on the current day, depending on when I'm writing. And for me, this just gives me a place to start the next day. So I tend to think about things in their entirety. So let's say I wanted to start a project. A whole project like a paper or a Substack post can feel really overwhelming, and I can put it off and put it off and put it off. I get better at doing the work, sitting down, when I break it down into small tasks. So I do jot down what's one goal I have for the next day, maybe getting very, very specific. And I encourage getting specific with all of these items: straight gratitude, what I'm proud of myself for, and my goal, because I think that intentionality just makes it feel more real. After a while, a list is going to fade into the ether and you might forget about all these things. There's even some research around the value in going a bit deeper. And I'll put some of these links in the show notes. So again, just whatever you decide to do with your gratitude journaling, whether you spend time with one thing, if you want to expand it to 3, if you want to add in some of my suggestions, such as what you're proud of or a goal for yourself, really do it with intention. Really focus on what that means to you, rather than just trying to check something off of your list. So, if that sounds good, let's go over to the couch and do some writing together. I didn't quite finish everything. I had a lot more to write than I thought. Maybe reflect for a minute about how that felt for you. Would you like some more time to keep writing? Do you want to have a read through something you wrote, to put an asterisk next to something you want to come back to? As always, take care of yourself. If there's anything you need to follow up with a counselor or physician or a therapist, bring your writing with you. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to spend with a blank page. We'll be back here soon with another session for you. In the meantime, just follow the pen. See what you discover. Thanks. Bye.